welcome to Silver Screen Test. I'm your host, Barrientos. How much do you know about the movies? We're about to find out how much our contestants know. They're playing for some wonderful prizes, including these DVDs for Walk the Line, Heat, and The Last King of Scotland. Let's meet our contestants, and they're going to be talking about their favorite movies. Brie O'Neal's a freelance producer from Silver Spring, and what's your favorite movie?
Shawshank Redemption,
Yes,
Freeman, Tim Robbins.
Very good choice there. Next up is Steve Newman, a software developer from Rockville, and what do you like?
Taurus Bulba. I don't know if many people saw it, but with Yul Brynner and Tony Curtis, it's an amazingly great movie, an epic movie. So
All right.
Recommend it.
Okay. And then Cary O'Dell, editor and writer from Gaithersburg. What's your favorite?
Also equally obscure. It's called Memoirs of a Survivor from about 20 years ago with Julie Christie, based on a Doris Lessing novel.
Oh.
All right. So welcome,
Christie.
contestants.
Mm-hmm.
In our first round, we'll be using the buzzers. Each correct answer is worth 1 point. No penalty for an incorrect answer, but I'll finish the question for the other contestants. And if you get it in early enough, you get a PowerPoint for 2. So we'll start with this one. A homophobic neo-Nazi owner of a military surplus store is the only person deliberately murdered by the central character, identified in the credits as D. Fens, when the car air conditioning fails on a Los Angeles... Steve?
Is that Pulp Fiction?
No, I'll finish the question. On a Los Angeles freeway, he travels on foot, angrily confronting people of various ethnicities while simultaneously apologizing for his rudeness and picking up a weapons arsenal along the way. Name this 1993 film directed by Joel Schumacher and starring Robert Duvall and Michael Douglas. Anyone know that, Cary?
Falling Down?
Falling Down is
that's
correct.
good.
Hey, you got the first point here. His how is an underground hall built over the stone table. He awakened trees to attack the Telmarines and ordered the river god to destroy the bridge over which many of the Telmarines were on in the movie Prince Caspian. Name this Christ figure and lion from Steve.
Aslan?
Aslan is correct for 1 point. He wrote under the name Paddy Diffusa, and he worked for the telephone company when the National Film School was closed. A tangled web of adolescent gay sex and child sexual abuse by the clergy is the subject of his film Bad Education. Name this premier Spanish director of Volver. Steve?
Almodovar.
Yes, and you're up to 2 points. It's the state where the closing frame of Thelma and Louise takes place. It's the... Steve?
Arizona?
That's correct. Early enough, I'll give you that one for 4 points. In a palindrome, she ate no basil. In Enemy of the State, she played Rachel Banks, an old girlfriend of protagonist Robert Clayton Dean, who was killed by the bad guys to frame Dean. Brie?
Lisa Bonet.
That's correct.
I was trying to do it backwards. She ate no basil. I had Lisa, but I
He was briefly in the group The Tikis, which later became Harper's Bazaar, a band that recorded several of his songs even though he was no longer a member. His recent film scores include Leatherheads, Seabiscuit, and Cars. Name this composer nominated 16 times for Oscars. Cary?
Randy Newman?
Randy Newman, that's correct. That's always something people try to guess, and sometimes it turns out they're not. This movie's premise has been copied many times, most egregiously by Death Sentence, Eye for an Eye, and The Brave One. It tells the story of Paul Kersey, a New York architect whose daughter is raped and wife is murdered. Steve?
Oh, I know this. This one is, wait, oh, I know this. This is,
Call Time, who's murdered by thugs, leading him to become a vigilante. Brie?
Death Wish.
Death Wish is right.
I kept thinking Die Hard.
All right, and that'll end the first round. We've got some questions for you at home, so stay
Those are
tuned.
good.